we can hop over.
Cool. Yeah. Getting set up here. So, yeah, the bottom Sakazuki is the one we just saw win the Sakazuki mirror last round that we jumped into real quick. So we'll see if they can continue the trend of knowing how the mirror operates. Usually I would say points towards the person playing the alt art leader, but in this case, the regular leader unsleeved is a bit of a flex, truly, and maybe the advantage swings that way. How's that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Being unsleeved in today's world is a wild call. I don't know that I've ever played unsleeved cards in many years for anything. So I don't know. I think it's a cool choice. I like what's going on. I like the cut of their jib. What else do you want me to say about it?
Are you going to go unsleeved for the next event, for your next?
I might. Who knows? It's a cool call. All right. Nonetheless, it looks time for us to begin here.
Yep. Cameron has decided not to mulligan further, so we're going to get some cuts on Chris's side here.
And defining the opening hand and starting life. Here we go. Which side will be starting us off? It is a statement, right? Like it feels important.
God.
It feels like some kind of flex.
You just gave Nathan a lifeline out of that.
Yeah, Steven was roasting me so hard, and I'm glad somebody agrees with me. Nonetheless, here we go from Chris's side, starting off. Sakazuki ability, discarding what looks to be like a Borsellino, a little bit grainy there with the shadow.
But 4-cost Borsellino, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have brand new? We do. All right.
Brand new's fantastic start.
Perfect start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice art on the Toshigi there.
Looks like Toshigi
adding Sabo to hand, or adding Hina to hand, rather.
Adding Ida. Okay.
Interesting add.
Yeah. I don't
favoring
know.
the flexibility of being able to play it down next turn.
I think that's fair.
Just as a body, if you don't have one.
Sure, it's a 5K.
It's also something you can discard at any point if you really need to. And agreed that Borsellino will be the discard there. Passing back over to Chris on the top. Going to our 3-Dawn turn. This is a turn where you can just play Hina to start contesting your opponent's removal. It is a bit free for stuff like Houndblaze or Rob Lucci to be able to remove. It looks like discarding a Houndblaze. I think that's a Houndblaze there. If true, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
I think it's an important card for the matchup.
Yeah.
That means likely that their hand is just kind of filled with
other Houndblazes.
Yeah. That you just have a lot of them at this point. An attack for 8 was an easy take. Passing back over to Cameron with our 4-Dawn turn now. With nothing on the board to remove, it's just about establishing a body, most likely. You can just play Rob Lucci and not use any ability, just have a 6K on the board. You can play brand new and attack with the other brand new. Also a fine play, just to cash in the value on that before it gets removed. And it looks like 5K will get in. Just want the advantage. And we are just going to opt for a 5K attack with our brand new.
Yep, like I said, either get a card out of his hand or you get a life, and I think you're okay with either one in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at 4, we're going to add Hina to our hand here.
Oh, okay. I really like this one in the mirror match.
And we have passed the turn. It looks like not using the discard ability of our leader. Oh, maybe not.
Possibly we are using that ability.
Yeah, there we go. There's the discard of the Hina. Drawing a new card. Okay, makes a lot more sense. And passing back over to Chris.
You can see all of his cards. Yeah, his setup here is interesting.
It's going to be discarding a Toshigi to the leader there. And attacking for 6. I have to assume at lead. No reason to equip Dawn if you were going towards the brand new. But they were 6 at brand new. You just had the free Dawn, so might as well make it bigger. Okay, that's fair. I can respect that. 4-drop Borsellino comes down. A fine card in this matchup. Can't be Rob Lucci, but it can be Hound Blazed is a 6K right now also, which makes attacks
Okay.
much more interesting.
Just confirming that the judge did tell him that his opponent's able to see his entire hand, so he's going to be more careful with holding. Just to call that out. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Doesn't look like he's more careful at all.
It's a flex to say, I can play this with you seeing it. It's fine.
True. We have not seen undefeated players playing entirely hands face up. So will he be able to win this one? That's new strength. New achievement has been unlocked. You're playing Dark Souls.
Attack with this brand new with the Hound Blaze, and attack for 6K with the lead. We are keeping the board clear while kind of whittling down the opponent's life here. Put the Dawn in the trash pile there.
Honestly,
another flex.
Another
you don't need it.
another flex. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been. Feels like it's been towards his favor, though.
I'm pretty sure if Cameron wins this one, he's going to unsleeve his leader.
True. And then you see 7-drop Borsellino come down. That'll clear the Hina. Favor volley back into Chris's side, setting up for the spike. And we'll see if anything can be used to remove this. We haven't been forced to use much removal besides the Hina and the Hound Blaze so far. So can we have something like an Ice Age or a Rebecca to get back the Hina to help remove this Borsellino?
Well, we have a lot of options available to us on Cameron's side.
Definitely.
Yeah, Twitch chat points out that the one unknown is the math and the attacks.
True. And we'll figure it out someday. Many Hound Blazes in hand from the side of Cameron, it looks like. So that's at least useful information. This Borsellino could just eat a Hound Blaze. If we can Rebecca -4, and then another -1 from lead, and then Hound Blaze it. We have told Cameron has been informed by the head judge that his hand is on camera and his opponent can see.
Correct. Yeah, we have shared that information with him.
So there's nothing more to say there.
Bro's playing mind games. Correct. Okay. All right. We've got a new way to kind of hide the hand there. That's good.
Yeah. If you have a Hina in hand, you might prefer to play that instead. But doesn't necessarily matter. Rebecca's about the same. Oh no, you're fine. Thanks for letting us know. What is the details of the turn looking like? It looks like 4 mana, so the 4 Dawn can be used for a Rebecca. And, okay. Are we going to attack first? So we're going to attack first. -1 on the Borsellino. 5k attack, pressure a card. Looks like Mon Cherie will be the discard. And then Rebecca's going to come down. Considering the Kuzan as a pickup is interesting. Okay.
It's tough. Yeah, this is tough. 2 Hound Blaze, double Lucci, Rebecca, Tsuru, Hina. Luckily, Chris isn't writing it down.
Nonetheless, Kuzan is a value play here, but it does allow your opponent to just have this 7-drop Borsellino. It feels like you don't want them to attack with that ever. It feels like you would have preferred to remove that on the turn it comes in.
Just to call out, this is not the most revealing setup that we've ever seen on stream. Someone did once put their camera directly over their shoulder,
and then played like this the entire time to hide their hand.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's all fine. Brand New did come down there. I actually missed what Brand New added, but Cameron doesn't need that information. Obviously, he's just he's on his own side. It's fine. If there's an ability to like Great Eruption.
Brand New Whiff.
And Brand New Whiff. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, something like a Rob Lucci here. Great Eruption, Rob Lucci to clear the Kuzan is like the most important thing. You don't want the Kuzan to be able to attack because that's going to enable so much value for your opponent. So answering that somehow. Maybe another 7-drop Borsellino is a great way to do that too.
Oh yeah, I mean if you have that, if you have runner Borsellino, like that's going to be really fantastic here.
Yeah.
It's another just almost impossible card to deal with. Kuzan sticking here would be far too relevant. I cannot imagine Chris is going to let that happen. Great Eruption probably on the Kuzan.
I have to imagine on the Kuzan. Yeah, puts it down to a 2-cost.
And then should be pretty effortless here to remove the Kuzan from this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got a multitude of options to do that with.
Well, we can't know that on Chris's side.
True, yeah, it's impossible to know. How could you ever know?
On Chris's side.
On Chris's side.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to opt for the 8k attack first. And then undo the 8k attack. And then opt for it again. Looks like we're just going to take that one. Don't know what that card is. We'll figure that out in a second. And then Houndblaze will come down to pump the lead to an 8k attack. Put the Kuzan on the bottom. Feels like you need to get out of one of these. Yeah, Rebecca's a great way to do that. Just doesn't expose it to any removal that could possibly come down in the future. And your own Rebecca is going to come down. And Rob Lucci. Sounds good. Can't counter out to 8. You know, that's fair. That's the type of information that you can glean from what's going on. All right. Plenty of options. We need to clear, at minimum, we need to clear the Borsellino off the table. So finding your way to do that is your most important line. Looks like we put Great Eruption at the beginning of the hand. Great Eruption Houndblaze is obviously one way to do that. Houndblaze feels like it loses some value because you aren't able to get the extra 3k out of the attack on it. Because you'd be forced to attack to get the extra 1k, or the extra 1 cost down with the leader. Also put Rob Lucci in the top of the pile there. Means Rebecca could get that back. Just kind of fanning the options of what's possible. It's also notable that using Houndblaze to put Kuzan on the bottom of the deck is quite nice for Rebecca effects. It's on the bottom of the deck now. Can't get it back if that's our opponent's line of play. And just so many options in hand. Maybe that's the play. Maybe you overload your opponent with information to the fact that they don't know what to do.
I think Mind Games has already been called out as a strategy here.
Mind Games has been called.
6 comes across at Sakazuki lead.
Yep. About 4 cards in the hand for Chris there.
Okay, Chris goes down to 1.
Tapping 4. Rebecca, I would assume?
Yep.
That is correct. What do we want back? Are we Hina-ing?
I think we really want the Hina. But do we have one?
I'm not sure we do.
Okay, we're going to pick up Sabo.
So we're going to get a Sabo? Maybe we have a Hina in hand. Oh, we did add a Hina earlier, right?
Right. Oh, we
Yes.
do have. We do have
yeah.
one in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So now we
thinking.
can do that.
I was thinking we missed using the leader ability to discard the Hina before the Rebecca, but you don't actually need to pick it up.
No.
Great Eruption, so that's going to take down the Borsellino to 1.
Yep. And now you can Rob Lucci and clear the brand new and the Borsellino.
There you go.
Pretty clean.
Perfect. All right, Borsellino off the table. Chris's board looks a lot less intimidating. Now, Cameron has picked up a couple of 2Ks along the way, so prior we knew we couldn't get out of 8K. Now we know we can get out of 10.
Cameron putting those on the bottom. All right. Rob Lucci is resolved now. And passing the turn. Well, I guess you have a leader ability still. I'm sorry.
Right, and you do have to use the leader ability to start filtering out the cards that Chris knows about. But
Or just not.
It's possible we use it like earlier in the turn also.
Yeah, the die was usually been used to reference that, but
Okay,
that's fine.
so no die this time. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So that means we probably didn't use the ability.
Most likely.
I mean, we're
Most
holding
likely.
double Hound Blaze. Like, that's pretty good.
Our hand's not bad. It's just like how much do we need to fill our graveyard? Filling that
yeah.
pile is like important.
Yeah, filling the discard pile is important, but at the same time, finding more counter power, and you're looking for your own Borsalinos as well, right? Because those are insane counters to Rob Lucci or the Rebecca plays, or even putting the Hina back on the bottom of the deck so your opponent can't keep using it is powerful here.
Looks like Sakazuki is coming in for 8, a number that we know is pretty good already.
Just going to take that block, so we stay at 2 this turn.
Hina's going to come down, most likely on the Rob Lucci, put it to 0.
Okay.
Rob Lucci's going to come down, clear that Rob Lucci out, and the Hina took 1 from the Sakazuki attack. So,
all right. So, I mean, this is a pretty good back and forth here, but Cameron's back in the driver's seat. Will he be able to play out of this one? But this is the turn where that 7-drop Borsellino is clutch. Playing that, getting rid of the Rob Lucci, puts your opponent in a situation where now they need to climb up so hard to remove the Borsellino that they just might not do it.
Yeah, you can even go harder. You could do something like 7-cost Borsellino attack for 6k and then Houndblaze the Hina.
If you wanted to full clear. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's completely necessary this turn or not. I mean, you're still at 2 life. Your opponent's at 1. The Hina is going to get to swing, but that's going to turn the Hina sideways so that it kind of exposes it more in the future. So unclear if we need to take that line, but it is an option.
Great Eruption was cast there. Unsure what the target was. No dice kind of marking that, so we're
most likely on the Rob Lucci.
We'd have to assume on the Rob Lucci.
We know we're holding our own Lucci.
Yeah. Brand new first. Shigi, Ice Age, and brand new.
Ooh,
do we want the 2K or do we want the Ice Age?
Ice Age a really cool pickup here. I think we want the 2K because we're like really limited on counter outs right now. But Ice Age is an ability that we cannot really get on the table right now because Kuzan's so easily answered. So I do like that pickup. Gonna turn some number of Dawn here sideways.
Yeah.
7 with leader, huh? Okay.
That leaves us up either with Sabo or Ice Age plus Rob Lucci.
If that goes on Rob Lucci, then that means Rob Lucci's now 1 cost. It's possible that went on Hina, so we get a bigger clear. I'm gonna play.
Well, we'd have 2 2Ks then.
Right, but we have Suro here to bring Rob Lucci down to 0.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do that. No, it's like Ice Age, but the same.
Right. I don't think we want to waste Ice Age quite yet. We need that to clear Borsellino, the 7 cost.
Okay. Thank you, chat, for giving us the hand breakdown there. Appreciate it. So 1 Suro gone and the Lucci is gone. So, and then using the leader ability, discarding the Sabo that your opponent knows about, into a new card.
New card that the opponent doesn't yet know about.
It's definitely important information.
All right. Chris's board now clear. Only 1 life. Staring down Rob Lucci.
It's about 5 or so cards from Chris's hand versus like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Cameron's side as well.
Right, but it's gonna take a couple of those cards to get the Lucci off the table. Brand new, a really powerful attacker when coupled with the 2 Hound Blazes that are in hand. So we have a good number of attacks. At this point, Chris is going to want to clear away the brand new just as much as he does the Rob Lucci.
I will say, I feel like the Kuzan play previously, to Rebecca to get the Kuzan back, it didn't seem great in the immediate, but it was able to give you enough card advantage that you're able to leverage it now starting in this later part of the game. It's a cool identification early on from Cameron's side.
Kuzan is such a critical game piece, especially in this mirror match here.
Yeah.
That being able to recycle that it represents such a threat that Chris just has to remove it. Thank you, Judge, for calling out that we don't want to exactly list contents of players' hands. It's very possible that either competitor are tuning into the stream.
Hina was discarded there. We're going with the Houndblaze.
All right.
Can answer the brand new.
Houndblaze on brand new. So, I mean, that's
Takes an
exactly
attacker off.
Exactly my point, though, is at this stage of the game, even the brand new is a threat that we have to consider. Sakazuki comes across for 8. We have only a couple of 2Ks in hand, so we have the option of counter out if we'd like, or we just go to 1.
1 is reasonable. And then here's another Borsellino coming down, answering the Rob Lucci. That's pretty clutch. 3 cards in the hand of Sakazuki. Does mean likely don't feel like you can kill your opponent this turn. The Suru is is an attacker at this point in the game. You do have to think about that. But from the side of Cameron, you will need blockers here to deal with this Borsellino.
All right. Man, I love Borsellino. That card is just so powerful.
It is.
Oh, discarding Kaido. Oh, okay. That's really interesting.
Well, if your hand doesn't counter well...
yeah, but I have to imagine that the Kaido would draw enough counter power to make that... to make the difference there. But possibly
maybe.
not. Potentially not.
So, at minimum, Ice Age and Houndblazer in hand. That's an easy way to answer the Borsellino.
Right, but we have to figure out how we establish enough of a threat on the following turn.
Okay,
So
Hina's a better way than Ice Age.
Definitely. So that's going to bring Borsellino down to 3. And then leader attack for 7 here will...
So we wanted the extra... the power here from the Houndblaze is the thought. So this makes us an 8k attacker now. And then going in for 8. Holding up 4 more Dawn means that Borsellino is an option, or Rebecca.
Okay, probably
And
Rebecca
we're
here.
tapping
Borsellino. Okay, I mean, that removes options for Rob Lucci, but does not remove bottom of deck options.
Nope.
But we're still at 1 life, so, we're
insulated. You're fine here.
Yeah, we're definitely insulated.
And adding the Hina is very important, because now you can threaten with Hina, threaten with Leader, or threaten with Suru as attackers.
Correct. Now, Chris could put up a number of blockers on this turn.
Yep. Definitely could. Not out of the realm of things for Sakazuki. Does feel like you need 2 of them, and then to be able to counter out of like a 7k Suru attack. So you just have to kind of prepare for that. If you're able to at least answer like the Hina or something. Yeah, it feels like Chris is really searching here.
Cameron playing Ice Age to -1 feels pretty bad, though. At least Hina is a body. Yeah, but I mean, I think it shows that Cameron is fully aware of the pacing of the game and knew for sure that had to be an 8k Sakazuki attack. Otherwise, I don't think that makes any sense.
Look at it like this instead. If Ice Age was played, and then Houndblaze was played, and then we just played Hina as a body, you'd be kind of okay with this line still. So I think that it's just, you should just read that the Hina didn't do anything, essentially. And you'd rather have the body.
I mean, the biggest thing is that you wanted to play the Borsellino, and you couldn't afford to not do that.
Yeah, for sure. Chris just searching the graveyard, or the discard pile there, definitely looking for some type of Rebecca thing to get back. What's the most important thing? Also trying to figure out what are we going to be discarding this turn if we're trying to draw for a specific card. What's our out here?
Right. These lines get pretty intricate here at the end of the game. And you really can't afford to make a mistake. Your opponent has,
Absolutely not.
up to 4 attackers, and you're at 0.
Yep.
So,
where are we going with this attack? It looked like that was the first consideration. Attack for 5k is kind of free blocked by Borsellino, but at least gives us a -1 somewhere that's necessary. And then just detailing the cards that are probably the most important by putting them down there.
Chris certainly under a lot of pressure right now, trying to figure out how to remove this Borsellino without destroying it, without the KO effect.
And what's the line that we've positioned to be the best? Looks like we're considering 3 Dawn here. That could be a Hina.
And Cameron, kind of nervous. Cameron just probably 5 minutes or less away from remaining undefeated, despite playing the entire tournament with his hands face up.
True. We'll see if that proves to be a winning strategy in the future rounds.
I mean, I think it's gotten him 5 rounds. How about a 6?
Definitely has.
Rush Usopp. Okay. Unpredictable. A Rush Usopp, unpredictable.
It's a way out. It is a way out. Don't know what else we could be outside of the lines that have kind of been detailed here. What else could be going on? Tough to know, though. Tough to know. All right. So it looks like we are at least opting first to go Manchuri.
All right. So Manchuri definitely making a lot of the lines more complicated. You have to try and balance that Dawn usage. Now, of course, Manchuri is going to bottom those 2 cards, look at getting Rebecca added to hand. Rebecca comes down, adds Sabo to hand.
Fair. Okay, so it looks like we're adding the Rebecca off the Manchuri.
Do you have to pay 4 for that?
Yeah. I think it was...
If we play it.
Right. I think the decision was there. If maybe we were supposed to get Sabo back to draw more cards before we Rebecca. Well, you can't do all of that, but still.
Right. Can't do all of that, but, you could...
Looks like we're going for the Rebecca. Okay. Rebecca's going to get back Hina. Hina probably hits the table because that card doesn't counter otherwise.
Right.
So -4 on the Borsellino. That's now Houndblazeable.
Okay.
So Houndblaze will come down. Answer
Perfect.
the Borsellino.
Yep, that's going to get rid of that. Now, Borsellino did limit options, but down to Houndblaze, which, we did have the Houndblaze. So.
Yeah. We're attacking for 8 with the lead now. -1 on the Hina. If you have another Houndblaze, you can answer the Hina. If you don't have that, you have to have like a blocker, like a Black Maria blocker.
We could counter out with Suru, but that would remove Suru from our hand, and we would need another way to tick down cost on our opponent's board. So the upside of taking this is that we've got 1 cost opponent's cost reduction, and I think that might be important, especially against this Rebecca here. We've got the other Houndblaze in hand, so now all we need to do is play Suro Houndblaze, and we've got the blocker clear for a very large attack. 2 Dawn for brand new coming down. Yes. That's going to give us a 2k, but with the other Houndblaze in hand, the game is over, and Cameron has taken this.
Yep, this will now just be. You can clear even without it.
You play Suru, you target the Rebecca, you Houndblaze the Rebecca, you swing for infinite with your leader, and with only 3 cards in hand, Chris has lost. Cameron taking this one with a fully revealed hand the entire game. That's
Very impressive.
That's crazy. All right. Well, we look forward to
Yeah.